This is the Snapperino Beanarini seed. It is 100% free if you guys were here for the admin abuse war. Not only is it free, but it's one of 3 ways I'm going to show you guys how to get filthy rich in this brand new update. Because yes, of course, if you showed up for the admin abuse war, you are definitely richer than you were yesterday. But this new Beanstalk extension update also had a ton of brand new features that can also get you rich. So today we're going to be talking about 3 of them, having the Beanstalk expansion and the admin abuse war all integrated into these methods. Anyways, let's get right into it. And if you guys want to be part of the OG 200K, hit that sub button. Let's go. The first thing we're going to talk about is the 4 brand new pets that came in this update, 3 of them being 100% free to get. And I'm not including any of the pets from the brand new exotic Skyroot chest just because I haven't actually gotten them yet. So I mean, I would feel weird telling you, hey, this is a really good pet, but I literally have never used it before. So we're just going to be talking about the 4 pets that I have and have used. We're going to start with the only one that actually doesn't come from the admin abuse war, and I'm talking about this guy right here, the gnome. So for the gnome, you actually buy it from the giant who is on top of that cloud, which I'm sure you guys have already seen the giant, but for this gnome specifically, you need to level up his friendship level. For those who don't know, the only way to level up the giant who's up there, the only way to level up his friendship level is by feeding him cooked food. And the only way to get cooked food is by doing this. And thank you so much to the person who commented this, because yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I bought the gnome with Robux, but I actually can tell you guys how to cook food now because I saw somebody comment about it. But if you guys go ahead and open up your garden guide here, you will see this in common achievements, rare achievements, and mythical achievements, all of those 3 have a certain reward, and I'm talking about the cooking kit. So the easiest way to do this would obviously be doing the core, the literally most common stuff in the whole entire game. So I mean, as you can see, super easy stuff. All you got to do is shovel 100 plants, harvest 200 carrots, gift 1 carrot, sell 500 strawberries, and gift strawberries. I don't know if they're the same for everyone, but I know they're like around the same difficulty. And if you do this, you will get a cooking kit that you can place on your garden. And just like the cooking update, you can throw ingredients in there and obviously make prismatic recipes to give to the giant up there, which will up your friendship level with him. And when you're friendly with them, when you want to be friends with them, and when he wants to be friends with you, more importantly, that's when you'll be able to unlock this gnome in his shop. I honestly still don't know how much it costs, but when it's in stock, just buy it. I'm sure it's not that much freaking shekels, probably not that bad. Either way, here's why the gnome is good, because every 10 minutes, it has a 1% chance to mutate a random fruit with the gnomed mutation, and gains an additional 1% chance for every gnome cosmetic in your garden. And let me show you something that if you are using any pet that has a chance to give 1 random fruit, any type of mutation, whatever it is, I don't care if it's the cooked owl, I don't care if it's the freaking apple gazelle, peach wasp, lemon lion, all of which we're going to talk about in a second. Always do this. Go to a save slot. I don't care if you have a billion plants on your save slot, your other save slot should always, if your main goal, or if any of your goals are to get filthy rich or super rich in Grow a Garden, make sure one of your gardens looks like this, right? You can see this garden literally only has 2 plants, one being the bone blossom and one being this beanstalk. And there's a specific reason why this beanstalk is here, which one of the pets will also explain why. But the reason for these 2, for me only having a bone blossom here, besides the beanstalk that is part of a method with this pet right here, which we'll talk about in a second, is because obviously if you have less plants, there is a way higher chance of you getting, for example with the gnome mutation on the plant you like, especially if you have a full loadout of 8 gnomes. And I'm sure that's possible. I'm sure there's some sort of stock which can like give you guys a stock update on how many gnomes are in stock, when the gnomes are going to come in stock. I'm sure there's some sort of way for you guys to get a ton of gnomes. And And if you have a ton, it'll be an 8% chance. But if you have like 1,000 fruits and you're just trying to get the gnome mutation on like one random fruit, like for example, this bone blossom right here, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be a big problem, and here's why. Let's say you have 20 plants. That would be, let's say, even if you have a whole entire army of what, eight gnomes, which would be something like a 16% chance in total. If you have even just 20 plants, which isn't that much, even right now, I probably have like 10, which is a lot. Obviously, I would even want to delete this beanstalk if I was specifically trying to get some mutation on one of these bone blossoms. But even with 20, that 16% chance goes all the way to a 0.8% chance. And let's say you have a full garden with like 100, that 16% chance is now a 0.16% chance. I mean, it's really simple math. I'm sure a lot of you guys do this already. Either way, that is the gnome, and it's pretty OP just because it gives the gnome mutation. And let me see if I can find what the gnome mutations multiplier is for you guys real quick. Okay, so I just checked the Grow a Garden wiki. It's actually a times 15 multiplier, which is really good. And there's a couple more that are even better than the gnome that we just talked about. So that's the gnome. The next one that we're going to talk about is not the apple gazelle, because that one's actually really good. We'll talk about the peach wasp, because I'm going to be honest, it is the worst one. Here's what it does. Every 25 minutes flies to a nearby fruit and plasmifies it. Here is the way that you can always get the plasma mutation. Make sure you have a bunch of trowels. Do I have any trowels? Yep, I have 300 trowels. Make sure you have a bunch of trowels and watch your peach wasp's thing, right? You can see right here that it says 1 minute and 30 seconds until it does its first ability, which is obviously this thing right here where it actually gives the plasma mutation. Oh wait, never mind. No, that's for its sting ability. Either way, when its plasma ability gets to like 5 seconds, literally just grab the trowel and start putting your bone blossom or whatever it is you're trying to mutate right next to the peach. Super easy. I mean, the same method you do with a bunch of other plants, but yeah, it's super easy. You kind of just have to follow it. But if it does its ability and then you place it, it's not going to work. You have to kind of predict where it's going to go. Either way, super easy. Just kind of follow it around like, okay, I'm going to go here. Oh shoot, it's moving. Okay, it looks like it's going this way. Put it here. You know, like very simple stuff to immediately get the plasma mutation. But the reason it's not that good is because unfortunately it is only a 5 times multiplier. Either way, the next one we're going to talk about is a little bit better than that, which is the lemon lion. Oh, by the way, this lemon lion and the peach wasp, you both get from the admin abuse event. Guys, Jandel did it like 3 times in a row. I'm really sorry if you weren't there, but I mean, you had time to prepare, okay? I get if you had school, and I do feel bad. And I get if it was like 2 a.m. for you. I also feel bad, but most of you guys were there. I mean, there was like over 22 million people playing. So most of you guys probably have these pets I'm talking about. But all right, the next one we're going to be talking about is honestly, I was going to say the apple gazelle last for the pet section just because I thought it was the best, but no, turns out the lemon lion is the best. So we'll talk about the apple gazelle first. Literally all you have to do to get the apple gazelle mutation, and keep in mind, this is a 69 times multiplier, at least, excuse me, that's what I'm reading in the wiki, that warped is a 69% multiplier. So this is super good. Literally all you guys have to do to get that warped mutation is have a sugar apple on your farm. And once again, please don't say you don't have one, because if you were there during the update, you have at least like 5 sugar apple seeds, which you can see I have 14. And no, I didn't just get lucky a billion times. Literally go to your garden with the bone blossom, plant the sugar apple, and then harvest the sugar apples. Keep doing that until you get your bone blossom mutated with the warped mutation. If it's actually a 69 multiplier like I'm reading in the wiki right now, that's freaking overpowered. So definitely make sure to get on that. But the last one we're going to talk about is the lemon, what's this called? Oh wait, they named the lemon lion Sammy. Either way, the lemon lion, because every 5 minutes, it applies the brain rot mutation to a random fruit. And I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at, because maybe you don't believe me and you think I'm just spewing out random numbers. But if you go to the Grow a Garden wiki and then you scroll down to brain rot, it says it's a 100 times multiplier. Is it actually? I don't know, but it honestly does seem like it is. I mean, it said that earlier today, so I feel like somebody would have changed that if they were just, you know, capping out of their buttocks. But yeah, that's freaking overpowered. And Obviously, you're going to want to do the same thing here with having one tree, which with whatever overpowered fruit you want to mutate with this lemon lion. Anyways, the last pet that we're going to be talking about for this video is this guy, the green bean. And the reason for that is because of its ability every 30 minutes, there is a 5 times fruit bonus on a random plant, basically meaning, and also keep in mind, it does have to sacrifice a random beanstalk fruit, meaning you do need a beanstalk. And guys, if you were there for the update, I don't want to hear anything. You should have like at least 1 gold beanstalk, at least 30 freaking regular beanstalks, or at least something around that. Either way, what I will say is do the same thing. Just kind of stay AFK with this. I would say just overnight it. Have the beanstalks right here, have your expensive plant, and well, you can't really overnight it. Now that I think about it, you do have to wait for its ability to start and then just harvest 1 of your bone blossom plants. Harvest 1, and along with that 1, use a Grandmaster Sprinkler, because what's going to happen is the Grandmaster Sprinkler will have a chance to already make that thing, the bone blossom, super big. And also, one thing I also forgot to mention, I don't know why, harvest it right as it's about to do its ability, like a minute before the green bean right here is about to do its ability. 1 minute before, harvest it. Once you harvest it, put down your Grandmaster Sprinkler, and once it's about to do its ability, just kind of wait there with the Grandmaster Sprinkler, and it should get absolutely humongous. Once again, it does depend on luck, because any fruit depends on luck. But here's the thing that makes it so overpowered. Let's say you get super lucky and somehow you get a 400 kilogram bone blossom. What will happen is if the green bean applies the beanstalk to that bone blossom, which it will, like I think 100% of the time, if you just harvest that bone blossom and no other plants on your garden and have the beanstalk, what's going to happen is it's going to have a 5.3 growth multiplier. Meaning if you harvested a 400 kilogram bone blossom, that thing is going to be worth 2,000 kilograms, which is absolutely insane. I haven't seen anyone super test it, but if it works how it says it is, this is overpowered and might get nerfed soon, so make sure to get on that. Either way, those are all the pets from the video, and those were the first way to get rich. Now we're gonna get into the second way to get rich. And I'll be completely honest with you, the second way to get rich is trading. Guys, I told you to do this before the update. At least I feel like I remember doing this, but what you should have done when the brain rot event started is take all of your alt accounts, take all of your devices, and you should have been on like 6 devices. What this would have done for you is make it so if you showed up to one of the events, and I think there was like 3 in total, instead of getting 1 lemon lion, you would get 6 lemon lions. Instead of getting 1 green bean, you would get 6 green beans, or 12 if you showed up to both events. Either way, you would have an excess, a super insane amount of extra seeds, of extra pets, and these pets are good. They're not garbage like every other pet was in the game. And I will say, this would probably be the fastest way to get rich. Obviously, we're still going to talk about the seed in a second, but if you guys want to get rich, I mean, let me just show you something, right? I'm sure you all are in the Grow a Garden Discord server, or at least know about the Grow a Garden Discord server. If you go in there right now, and let me just find a good one right here. If you go in there right now and you just look in the looking for channel, which is actually where people are trading all of their stuff, like the minimum price for something kind of good is in the SX tillions, which is a ton. That's a lot. Meaning, if you guys even, I'd say obviously right now they're not worth a ton, but I'm not gonna lie, bro, a seed like the freaking lemon lime, the lemon lions, a pet like the freaking gazelle, a pet like the green bean, these are all really overpowered pets that we all got for free. They're still gonna go for at least like 10 SX each. Meaning, if you want to, you can immediately become an SX tillionaire, which obviously is super, super overpowered. I'm sure right now it wouldn't be the best time. Wait a couple of weeks. I promise you, I'm not kidding. I promise you for a fact, I know some people will 1000% be offering crazy amounts of money for whatever crazy pet you have from this update. So I would say the actionable step would be wait a couple of weeks and then go in the trading thing, offer up your trades, look if anyone's offering things, and obviously use the trading system to be safe. I would usually just say, be careful when trading in general. But if you use the trading system and you're decently smart, you should be fine. Just don't get scammed. Anyways, the last thing we're going to talk about, the third way to get rich. And by the way, if you guys are watching this far into the video and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button or I am going to be very angry. Either way, dude, I just started posting tip videos, like daily tip videos again. So if these help you at all, literally all you got to do is hit that sub button. Either way, here's the last thing, which I talked about in the beginning of the video, which is the Snap-a-rino Beanerini. And I do have some of these on my other garden. So I'm going to go ahead and load that for you guys. But if we go to the back of my garden right now, and yes, I will say this is a little bit inflated. Excuse me, give me 1 second on that. It is a little bit inflated, but if I pick up this Snap-a-rino Beanerini seed, you will see this one only has a couple mutations on it. And I go to sell it. Actually, let's sell this one with disco and silver. Watch how much it's going to be worth. A total of 1 billion. 1 billion with 3 mutations. If you really want to obviously use the pets that I said in this video, it could easily go up to 1 trillion. And if you want to actually spend a ton of time getting every mutation on it, you could probably somehow get a quadrillion on it. I'm just saying it how it is. But yeah, you could easily get a quadrillion with this Snap-a-rino Beanerini seed. Either way, if you want to get rich, use this seed. It was literally free. You got it in the admin update. If you want to use a seed, I would recommend trading and using these pets for sure, just on whatever the most expensive plants you are. But I do think the best seed, I mean, really the only seed, obviously it's better than any seed from the seed shop, I will say, is this one, the Snap-a-rino Beanerini. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys did, and it helped you guys out at all, go ahead and subscribe to be a part of the OG 200K. Anyways, I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.